The Turkey Hill Truck Series has always been a staple here on the channel ever since the first season, all the way back in 2015. And now we are here 10 years and 10 seasons later, here for season 11 of the Turkey Hill Truck Series. This is always usually a very fun season, year in and year out. And each year we continue as we roll through the changes. We got some new drivers on the grid. We've got returning faces in new places. And undoubtedly shaping up to be another great season here of the Turkey Hill Truck Series. And we are here to kick everything off here from Daytona Beach, Florida, here for the Daytona International Speedway for the opening round here at the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to race number 1 here at the Turkey Hill Truck Series 2025 campaign. Welcome to the Featherlite Trailers 250 from Daytona International Speedway. What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome to the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. And we are here to kick things off here from the Daytona International Speedway here in the Featherlite Trailers 250. Definitely going to be very exciting to see how this season plays out. Of course, very excited to be in the reins of this series this time around. A huge thank you to Alex for letting me take the reins of this series and trusting me with this season. Like I said, it's become an absolute staple here on the channel for the past 10 years. And definitely excited to see how season 11 of the Turkey Hill Truck Series will play out. Like I said, we've got new drivers on the grid. We've got returning faces, some in new places, new teams flooding the grid as well. And definitely, like I said, shaping up to be a very interesting and exciting season here for season 11 of the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Like I said, yeah, we're here to kick things off here from the Daytona International Speedway. Of course, you all know this racetrack, the 2.5-mile super speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Plays host once again here to the season opener of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and definitely going to be intriguing to see how this race plays out. Of course, like I said, we got all the storylines heading into the season that we normally talk about. Like I said, all the new faces, all the returning faces, and new places. But also, we got a new rating system that is in play this season and definitely bound to shake things up potentially. So definitely looking forward to seeing how this race will play out here from the Daytona International Speedway. Who we might see up towards the front here in this one, who we might be able to see fighting for the race lead consistently. I have to see who the fast cars are here at the Daytona International Speedway, and of course it's definitely bound to change a little bit as the season goes along, but definitely going to be exciting to see who our top teams are going to be here tonight from the Daytona International Speedway here for race number 1 of the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. I think regardless of what goes down here in tonight's 25-lap race here from Daytona, it is going to be a fun race, and I think we have a very fun season ahead of us here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. But as I usually say, we'll just have to wait and see how it'll all play out. But definitely going to be really interesting to see who will come out on top here from the Daytona International Speedway here for the Featherlite Trailers 250. But really quickly, before we get these guys rolling, we'll take a quick look here through your starting lineup and kind of introduce you to your grid here for the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Starting on the pole there, the 59 for OSC Racing, that's Charlie Davenport, a rookie to this season of the Turkey Hill Truck Series, and really starting off his rookie campaign there on the right foot, winning the pole here for the opening round here at Daytona. He starts alongside the number 28 TP Motorsports machine. That is Bryce Egan. Row 2, we see the other OSC Racing machine, the 58 David Dixon, another rookie here to the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Starting in the second row of the grid here in the third position, so good qualifying effort from OSC Racing, getting first and third. And Dixon starts alongside the 39 Evans Ross Racing machine. Once again, driven by Leonard Kochmer. One-year championship contenders from last season. Have to see if he can have another good year there in the seat of that 39 machine. Row number 3, it's a lockout from one of our new teams here on the grid, Anderson Jr. Enterprises. Owner Hallie Anderson Jr. Has the drivers LJ Smeto there in the 73, Matthew Burnett in the 70. Good qualifying effort there for that team as they both start in the third row of the grid. Row 4, we have the other TP Motorsports machine, the number 88 of Eric Monaco, starting alongside another new team here on the grid, Mahindra Motorsports. And we got the number 60 machine of Brian Webb starting there on the outside of row number 4. Row 5, rounding out your top 10, we have the 01 of Roberto Crown Jr. starting alongside the 43 of Emily DiBonetti. There for Stover Motorsports and Fitzwater Australia Racing there respectively. Right outside the top 10 here in row number 6, we find the 61 Nathan Stapleton and the 11 of Andrew Williams. Row 7, we have the 42 of Andrew Miller, the other car there for Mahindra Motorsports, starting alongside the 72 of Joe Rutkowski. Row 8, we have the 25 of Aaron Abel there for Renegade Gutierrez Racing, starting alongside the 05. Another one of our rookies here to the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season, and a pretty big name there, Isaac Nichols. Going to be driving the 05 there for Jacoan Racing Enterprises. Excited to see what he can do this season. Definitely going to be intriguing what he can do there behind the wheel. Row 9, we have the 18 of Philip Torres and the 10 of Logan Williams. There for Beacon Quantum and Brook Boys Garage there respectively. In row 10, we have the 82 Zachary Fitzwater there for Fitzwater Australia Racing, starting alongside the number 24 of Duncan Ward. Right back here in row 11, it's the 2 Darani Racing cars. On the inside is the 69 Jeffrey Fingai, another rookie here to the Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Starting to the inside of teammate the 52 of Matthew Hubert. Row 12, it's the 06 Skep Silver there for Parker Daver Enterprises. Starting to the inside of the Heartland Racing 67 of Thomas Troxel. A new team there and a new driver in Troxel, switching over from Evans Ross Racing. Excited to see what Troxel can do behind the wheel of that 67. Row 13, we have the 83 of Laura Chung there for Andrews Racing, starting alongside the 6 of Nicholas Samadillo. Back behind the wheel at Parker Davis Enterprises. Here in row number 14, we have the 19 Igor Barreto there behind the wheel for Big Motorsports there. A new team owned by Aaron Lukes. Excited to see what that team can do this season. Starting alongside your reigning Turkey Hill Truck Series champion, Blaine Keys there in the number 1 machine for Celsius Team Velocitar. Have to see if Blaine could potentially run it back in that number 1 machine. Number 15, we have the 5 of Bruno Giacomo starting alongside the 57 Carson Miller. Another rookie here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series. Of course, your Lenovo Pro Series champion from last season. Excited to see what Miller can do here this time in his full-time campaign here in the Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Row number 16, we have the 97 of Tyler Jericho. A rookie there in a new team, driving for Heartland Racing. Teammate there to Thomas Troxel. Excited to see what Jericho can do here in his full-time campaign. He starts alongside the number 93 of Jack Haas there for Evans Ross Racing. Row 17, we've got the number 14, Ludovic Charette back with Beacon Quantum Racing. Starting alongside the 2 there of Rogel Dorn, moving over to Celsius Team Velocitar. Going to be really exciting to see what Dorn can do in the driver's seat of that number 2 machine. And rounding out your grid here in row number 18, we have the 27 Stover Motorsports machine of Avery Alford, starting alongside the number 9 Big Motorsports machine of Jesse Turner. That should be your entire grid here for the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. But I think that's pretty much just about everything said and done. I think it's about time we get these guys rolling here from the Daytona International Speedway here for the Featherlite Trailers 250. And of course, as aforementioned, 59 Charlie Davenport starting on the pole position here for tonight's race. Starting alongside there, the number 28 of Bryce Egan. Row 2, we have 58 of David Dixon and the 39 of Leonard Kochmer. Row 3, we have the 73 of LJ Smeto starting alongside the 70 of Matthew Burnett. Row 4, it's the 88 of Eric Monaco starting alongside the 60 of Brian Webb. Rounding out your top 10 there, we have the 01 of Brad Stover starting alongside the 43 of Emily Dibonetti. Which everyone rolls off okay. Looks like we are good. Of course, race info and everything will be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Got a 25-lap race ahead of us here tonight. 36 entries here for this one, which will pretty much be seen for the majority here of the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. And no pit stops here in this one, so barring any caution flags, this thing should be a straight shot to the checkered flag. Although we did see the big one strike here early on in this race last season, so might definitely want to keep an eye out for that once again. Previous winners here in this race. Zachary Fitzwater won this race last season and also back in 2019. Let's see if Fitzwater could potentially get his third win here tonight in the past few years. Regardless, really excited to see how this race plays out. Really excited to see how the remainder of the season will play out. Of course, got to give a huge thanks to Alex for letting me take the reins over this season. It's going to be a lot of fun and cannot wait to see how it'll all play out, but we're here to kick things off here from the Daytona International Speedway. But here we go. The pace truck is going to make the left-hand turn onto the pit lane. It's going to be Charlie Davenport and Bryce Egan who's going to lead us to the tri-oval and to the green flag. We are trucking here on AG the channel once again. We're green flag racing here in the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series. The Featherlite Trailers 250 from Daytona is underway. On the back straightaway here for the first time tonight. A good jump by both the OSC racing cars, but here comes David Dixon with a run, taking a peek to the inside here as they go into turn number 3. Jay Cemento there in the 73 is going to get put up into the middle as he now gets kind of sandwiched in here in between the two TP Motorsports cars of Eric Monaco and Bryce Egan. Coming back to the line, David Dixon in the 58. It looks like he's going to lead the opening lap here from Daytona. Already got some 3 wide popping up here throughout the field as now Eric Monaco in the 88 takes a move to the inside, making it 3 wide for the race lead with help from the 01 of Brad Stover, Andrew Miller, Aaron Abel also there lined up on the inside. Down the back straightaway, looks like Eric Monaco in the 88. Gonna try here to clear for the race lead. Quite going to clear here as we go into turns 3 and 4, but 88's going to have the help on the inside lane. And yes, Eric Monaco going to clear for the lead here off of turn number 4, moves up to block the 2 OSC cars. Eric Monaco going to lead at the stripe, but on the inside, here comes the 01 of Brad Stover. Peeking to the inside, now leading that inside lane. In the 88 going to stay on the outside, get a push there from the 59 of Charlie Davenport. It's over there on the inside though, trying to clear, but Monaco is going to have a pretty good push here on the outside from the 59 of Charlie Davenport. Dixon and Crown though still going to stay to the inside as now the majority of the field is 3 deep here from Daytona. Coming off of 4 here, Crown slid up the racetrack just a little bit. Interview on the 42 might have taken a bit of air off of the back bumper of that 01. At the line, I believe Eric Monaco in the 88 barely got it. It's by 4 1/1000ths of a second to the 58 of David Dixon. But Dixon's getting a pretty good push there in the middle. He's going to clear Crown for the time being, but it's going to kind of keep his line there. Crown's going to get back to the inside. With a good push there from Andrew Miller. Once again, 3 wide up here for the race lead. All these guys head here down the back straightaway. Monaco peeks ahead, back going into turn number 3. Dixon still trying to hold strong in the middle. Crown holding strong on the bottom. Miller looking a little bit swirly there in the 42. He's peeking inside a Crown. Oh, we nearly go 4 wide through the tri-oval as Crown gave Miller the room there to go 4 wide. Didn't quite give Dixon the room there, though, as those two made contact going through the tri-oval. But Miller going to think better of it, going to slot back in behind the 01 of Roberto Crown Jr. Really kind of stalled out the middle line, though, as Dixon has a bit of a gap built up back to 73 of LJ Semedo. So the middle line might fall back just a little bit. The inside lane fell back a bit as well, as Eric Monaco in the 88 going to clear for the race lead. There in that TP Motorsports machine. Crown, though, trying to rally up another run here on the bottom. Dixon leading that middle line, and Charlie Davenport in the 59 now leading the top side. And Eric Monaco in the 88 holding on to this race lead, trying to block the 3 lanes of traffic. Here into 1 and 2 here on lap number 6. Monaco going to block the middle. We're going to block the 58 of David Dixon, who's looking to clear his teammate there on the outside. Dixon, the 58, is going to clear now. He takes a peek to the inside as he goes top to bottom in that 58. And now here comes Dixon looking to take the race lead away here from Eric Monaco. Not quite going to clear him there off of turn number 4, but Dixon's going to be out front here as we come to the line. And he's going to lead that lap and still trying to clear that 88 of Eric Monaco. Roberto Crown Jr., though, trying to take another peek to the inside. He's going to get to the inside. And now they're going back here for the race lead on David Dixon. As the outside lane, led by Eric Monaco, fell back a little bit there. Dixon going to take the push there, though, down the back straightaway from the 88 of Monaco. And now LJ Semedo in the 73 looking to lead that middle lane. On the complete lap number 7, though, David Dixon in the 58 now trying to hold on to this race lead. Roberto Crown Jr. there, though, fighting on the inside. LJ Semedo fighting in the middle. 3 wide for the race lead as we head here out of the tri-oval. And into turns 1 and 2. 3 wide neck and neck as we head here into the corner. Of course, Crown will have the shorter distance around there on that inside lane, so he's going to poke ahead a little bit, but see the middle and top lanes come back here down the back straightaway. LJ Semedo there in the 73, though, with a decent run, trying to poke a nose ahead, but Dixon got a good run there down the back stretch. Still 3 wide up here at the front of the field for this race lead. At the stripe this time around, looks like it's going to be David Dixon in the 58 once again. Going to lead the field back, taking a look towards the back of the field here. Of course, everybody's still a part of this main pack. Right back to the 52 of Matthew Hubert and the 5 of Bruno Diacomo. Blaine Keys not off to the best start here in this race. And that number 1 kind of towards the back of the field, but still has quite a bit of time to make that ground back up. Have to see what he can do, but David Dixon, the 58, with a good push there down the back straightaway, is going to clear for the race leader for the time being. Going to choose to block the middle lane, led by the 73 of LJ Semedo. Now 58, David Dixon clear the race leader for now. We'll have to see if the pack can potentially draft back up to that 58 machine. LJ Semedo in the 73 is going to clear that bottom lane, and now he takes a peek to the inside. Here comes LJ Semedo there for Anderson Jr. Enterprises. Doesn't quite have the help, though, as we head down the back straightaway. Crown with a big run there to the inside. Dixon with a good run there on the outside, but Semedo's still going to stay to the inside of that 58. How about this 61 of Nathan Stapleton looking to get in on this action? He's to the inside of Dixon and on the outside of Crown here for the time being. Semedo, though, trying to block both the inside and the middle lanes at the line. Monaco maybe tried to go for a bit of a gap there, or tried to side draft a little bit. It's a bit sketchy there, though, but so we have a good push there to the 58 of David Dixon heading back here into turn number 1. Semedo still with some good rallies here in the middle. Crown still hanging out there on the bottom. Still, we are 3 wide here up at the front of the field. As it looks like Dixon's going to clear here going into 3. Semedo's going to clear the inside lane, and now Semedo looking to go for the race lead once again. Here on David Dixon. Once again, he had the momentum, but doesn't quite have the help that Dixon has on that outside lane. He's got a bit of a gap back to the 01 of Roberto Crown Jr., but still fighting strong here as we go across the line and here into turns 1 and 2. Semedo going to go to the middle and get a push there from the 61 of Nathan Stapleton. Roberto Crown Jr., though, with a good run there on the inside. A good push from the 42 of Andrew Miller. Still 3 wide here down the back straightaway. Dixon's going to clear for the lead once again. He blocks the middle lane. Led by the 73 of LJ Semedo. Now looks to try and block back up top. Crown the 01, though, going to get down to the inside here off of turn number 4. '58 of David Dixon, though, looking really, really strong here out in the front of the field. LJ Semedo and Roberto Crown Jr. definitely giving them a good fight here. And we're still 3 wide here for this race lead down the back straightaway. And pretty much the entire rest of the field behind him is 3 wide. Here comes Semedo. 4 wide for this race lead. Actually, I think Eric Monaco made the move on the outside. That could have been dicey there, but they fan it back down to 3 wide. Dixon might have been trying to side draft a little bit. Monaco tried to sneak to the outside. Monaco in the 88 got a bit swirly there off of turn number 4 and fell back quite a bit. This could maybe stall the outside line out just a little bit. As Stapleton in the 61's now going to move up to the outside and push the 58 of David Dixon. LJ Semedo with a bit of a gap there back to the 24 of Duncan Ward. This could potentially stall the middle line out just a little bit. Crown still peeking to the inside with the push from the 42 of Andrew Miller. LJ Semedo still in this fight, though, as 24 Duncan Ward now up to help him. Semedo maybe trying to go up to the top side. Crown's going to go to the middle. And now here comes the 42 of Andrew Miller. Now taking the lead of that bottom lane with push from the 25 of Aaron Abel. Shuffling going up here towards the front of the field, but David Dixon still holding on to the race lead. Miller goes up top to try and get a bit of a draft here down the backstretch. Off of the back bumper, the 58 of David Dixon. He goes up to the middle to block Crown. Now looking to block low on the 25 of Aaron Abel. Goes back up to the middle as now Abel is looking here to the inside. Up from the 10, Broke Boys Garage Ford there of Logan Williams. Dixon still holding on to the race lead. Andrew Miller now leading that top lane. Crown now leading the middle. Aaron Abel leading the bottom. Miller's going to clear there, though, for the time being for second and looking to potentially make a move here on the 58 of David Dixon. Might be able to form up a run here down the back straightaway. Aaron Abel, though, with a good run on the inside. Miller does have a run there in the 42. He's cleared the rest of the field there for the second position. How We'll see if he makes a move here on the 58 of David Dixon. He peeks to the inside here off of turn number 4. And we're side by side here for the race lead between Andrew Miller and David Dixon at the line. Miller looks like he's going to have the nose. Can he clear him, though? That is the question. They're still side by side up here for the lead. Dixon's got some help there on the top from the 73 of LJ Cimetto. Help is coming, though, for the 42 of Andrew Miller in the form of Aaron Abel getting to his back bumper there in the 25, and we're still side by side here down the back straightaway. Miller moves up to the middle. Abel makes a move to the inside. And we're 3 wide here for second behind the 58 of David Dixon. That OSC Racing Toyota is looking really fast up here at the front of the field. Still jockeying for position here from second on back. LJ Cimetto looking strong on that outside, and the 73 looking to potentially clear here for the second position. He's going to do just that, and he's to the inside of the 58 of David Dixon here through 1 and 2. And he's got help from the 25 of Aaron Abel. David Dixon doesn't really have much there on that outside lane. On the back straightaway here, though, LJ Cimetto going to move to the middle. Aaron Abel goes down low. And now we're 3 wide for the race lead here. Once again is now Aaron Abel in the 25, looking to poke a nose ahead here off of turn number 4. And at the stripe, Aaron Abel, I think, is going to lead that lap. And he does. That could be pretty big news for Abel there, because, of course, y'all know how the philosophy goes. Just got to beat him at the line. What he was able to do it that time around. So Abel, if he can hold this inside, definitely could have a shot at this. Still this time by coming to 6 laps to go, and anything can happen here from the Daytona International Speedway. Now LJ Cimetto and Aaron Abel looking to pull ahead in that middle and bottom lanes. David Dixon, though, is going to resurface and get a good run there on that outside. A good push from the 61 of Nathan Stapleton. Logan Williams in the 10, peeking to the inside. Abel moves up a little bit to potentially side draft the 73 of Cimetto. That might have checked up the middle lane just a little bit as Andrew Miller in the 42 falls back a little bit. Cimetto hanging tough there in that middle line. Still 3 wide for this leader down the back straightaway. It's been 3 wide for just about this entire race throughout the majority of the field. David Dixon's going to clear down the back straightaway. We'll have to see if anybody can muster up a run here. Nathan Stapleton now in the 61 leading that top side. Cimetto still leading the middle. Aaron Abel leading the inside. Cimetto got a great push there from the 42 of Andrew Miller. He's going to move up top to block the 61 of Stapleton. Abel moves to the middle, and Logan Williams. And the 10's going to lead that bottom lane. Here comes Cimetto trying to take another crack at this race lead as he moves to the inside on the 58 of David Dixon. He got a really good run there through turns 1 and 2. Dixon trying to fight back on that outside, but Cimetto still peeking ahead as we head here into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Philip Torres in the 18. Now to the inside. And it's go time here from Daytona. Got 5 coming to 4 laps to go this time around. David Dixon got a great push there on the outside. Now Cimetto on the inside being pushed by the 18 of Philip Torres. Comes the 06 as well, Skep Silver, Igor Barreto, Avery Alford. Nicholas Samadillo also lined up on that inside lane. Cimetto back down to the inside in that 73, but he just has no help. He has no help, and David Dixon going to get a push on the outside from Stapleton and Monaco. Nathan Stapleton in the 61, maybe looking to try and do something here on that outside lane. Meadows going to get some help here, though, from the 18 of Philip Torres. Maybe 3 laps to go this time by from Daytona. Meadows with a good push there from Torres, taking a peek to the inside of Dixon for the lead. Skip Silver kind of backed it up going into the corner, though, but has a good run here off of turn number 2. Trying to close back into the bumper of the 73 of LJ Semedo, but Semedo moves to the middle. Now here comes Skep Silver in the 06, looking to make it 3 wide for the lead once again, and now Silver to the inside, looking to take this race lead away. Coming to 2 laps to go here from Daytona. Silver tries to block up in the middle, but Semedo's still on his quarter panel. Igor Barreto pushing Skep Silver there on the inside. Avery Alford in lines. Nicholas Samadio and Blaine Keys is also there on that inside lane, looking to make a late charge. 2 to go, though, here from Daytona. Skep Silver in the 06 trying to poke a nose ahead. Semedo and Dixon, they have been up at the front of the field all night long. They're not going to give the race lead up just like that. And Dixon with a good push down the back straightaway tries to poke a nose ahead, but Semedo and Silver get a good push here into 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, here we come. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Here from the Daytona International Speedway, David Dixon going to lead him to the white. Can he lead him to the checkered, though? Semedo putting up a big fight in the middle. Skep Silver on the bottom. Here into 1 and 2 for the final time. Still 3 wide up here for this race lead. Down the back straightaway here for the final time. None of the lines going to be giving an inch here. Stapleton gives a good push to David Dixon. Is he going to clear here into 3 and 4? He was there for a little bit, but Semedo and Skep Silver going to try and get back down to the inside. But off of turn number 4 here, we're going to be 3 wide coming to the line, but it's going to be David Dixon with the push on the outside. He's going to hold on and win the Featherlite Trailers 250 here from the Daytona International Speedway. And it's the rookie in the number 58 for OSC Racing, getting the win here from the Daytona International Speedway. What a drive from David Dixon. That car undoubtedly was the fastest car all night long. And they're going to start their rookie campaign off with a bang, winning the Featherlite Trailers 250 here from Daytona. LJ Semedo there for Anderson Jr. Enterprises put up a great fight, though, coming home in second. If anyone was battling Dixon for that lead all night long, it was that 73 machine of LJ Semedo. Nathan Stapleton in the 61 going to nab third over the 06 of Skep Silver, who, of course, was leading that inside lane. A good rally there, though, towards the end of the race for Skep Silver, coming home with a 4th place finish. But in the end, it's David Dixon and OSC Racing is going to go to victory lane here from Daytona. Like I said, Dixon, it was pretty obvious they had the fastest car all night long. And they're going to end up going to victory lane here from the Daytona International Speedway. But definitely a fun way to kick off the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series campaign. And a great race here from the Daytona International Speedway. Like I said, David Dixon in the end holding on to that race lead and taking the victory here in the opening race of the season. Taking a quick look here, though, through your finishing order. David Dixon, of course, going home with the win. LJ Semedo comes home in second. Nathan Stapleton is third. Skep Silver brings it home fourth. Philip Torres rounds out your top 5. Eric Monaco in the 88 going to come home in 6th. Igor Barreto 7th. Logan Williams 8th. Charlie Davenport 9th. And Avery Alford in the 27 going to round out your top 10. A great run for Avery Alford. I'm pretty sure they started on the last row of the grid and bring it home with a top 10. So nice stuff there for Avery Alford and Stover Motorsports. But taking a quick look here through the field. And just what a race to start out the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. And we still have 17 more great races here in the season. The next time out, we're going to be at the Darlington Raceway for the Mellow Yellow Zero Sugar 200. That definitely ought to be a very fun race. Darlington, you all know how Darlington could be. It's always a very fun race. Very challenging racetrack. It definitely ought to put these drivers up to the test. That race will be going up next Saturday, August the 30th at noon Eastern Time. Definitely hope to see you all there. But what a race to start out the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season, and we are just getting started. Like I said, still got 17 races left to go until we get to Christmas Day, where we have the finale. And definitely looking forward to seeing how it will all go down. But thank you all so much for tuning in here to the opening round of the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season. Once again, congratulations to OSC Racing, BB Ruiz, and David Dixon, who are winners here in the Featherlite Trailers 250 here from the Daytona International Speedway. I will see you all next Saturday at noon Eastern Time for the second race of the season, the Mellow Yellow Zero Sugar 200 from the Darlington Raceway. But until then, you all take care and have a good one. Here is your point standings after race number 1 of the 2025 Turkey Hill Truck Series season.